Hello, my name is Jamie and today we are here to talk about Hurricane Katrina.
And my name is Trinity, and yes, we're going to be hearing from a survivor of the hurricane and what the weather was like.
Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans on the 29th of August 2009.
It was one of the biggest natural disasters on Earth so far.
Here's a bit more about what the weather was like in New Orleans with our weatherman.
Thank you, Jamie and Trinity. Now, Hurricane Katrina has hit multiple countries. At first, it was a Category 1. Then it gradually arrives to the Gulf of Mexico at Category 2 and strengthens with the warm air used from there. After a while, it rises up to a Category 3, which means no one died because it was 130 miles per hour in Florida, and it was in Florida on the 23rd of August. Now, time is running out, so we move on to Jeremiah, who has suffered from this tragic event.
Here with me now in the studio is a survivor willing to tell their side of the story.
Hi, my name's Jeremiah, and I'm scared right now. Boy, man, I woke up this morning, 2 o'clock, I think, 2:49, and my boy Rocco called me up in the middle of the night, man, and he called me and said, look out my window. I told him, I ain't looking out my window. Are you stupid, man? And he told me, look out your God flipping window right now before I chop your head off. And yeah, I look out my window, everything's wet, everything's windy, a tree's falling into my bicycle, man. Oh my God. So I call my mom like, Mama, we're gonna die. And my mama told me to shut the front door, because it was open, yeah? So we shut the front door, obviously, and then this boat came to our house, yeah? And then we got took to the Superdome, yeah, man? And we was in the Superdome, and then the roof came off, and here we are now. I'm scared, man. Mama, if you out there, bring my food back, please. Mama, please.
So they were the words of a survivor of the hurricane.
And after Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans, so many citizens were devastated.
Over $70 billion of damage was done, and it's a big year for New Orleans to get back on track.
And there was over 1,833 reported deaths, and many families are trying to find each other through the wreckage.
So that's it from all of us here, and hope and prayers go out to everyone in New Orleans. Goodbye.
Hi, it's Mason. I'm Javon, and welcome to McFarland News. This is the Hurricane Katrina special with a reporter at the scene. Breaking news! Hurricane Katrina closed in on New Orleans a few hours ago, sweeping out houses and flooding the city.
We have a reporter at the scene with a survivor from the hurricane. Ellis, are you there?
Hey, I'm Ellis Chigubo, reporting live at this disaster with a survivor. What is your name?
My name's Ebenezer, man.
Why didn't you evacuate?
I had nowhere to go, man. My dog died, man. I had no one, man.
Did your family evacuate though?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Who did you live with at the time?
No one, man. I'm lonely, man.
Did you have enough supplies?
I had nothing, man. I had tin food, man.
What do you think of the emergency services?
They're stupid, man. They're stupid, man. The police, they're in their boats, man, in water 3 feet high, man. They're stupid, man.
Did you do any crimes while this lasted?
I robbed Walmart, man.
That's enough for now. Let's go back to Mason and Javon.
I got a whole lot of money, man.
Thank you, Alice. This hurricane lasted 4 days in New Orleans, and many people didn't have food or water.
It went to a Category 1 to a 5 hurricane in a matter of hours. 1,833 people died during this disaster.
Thank you, America, and good night.
Hurricane Katrina, that started on Wednesday, August 21st, has just left New Orleans.
It is September 1st, 2005, and the Category 5 storm, which hit New Orleans on August 29th at 6:10 a.m., is currently on its way northeast. As she passed through New Orleans, Katrina quickly became a Category 5 hurricane, causing mass destruction to the area, being roughly 7 feet below sea level.
The damage done to New Orleans so far has cost over £108 billion. The storm surge has caused approximately 23 breaches in drain canal and flood walls. Louisiana death toll has been 1,577, mostly senior citizens.
We're going to hand this over to Charlotte for more information on the storm's path.
After passing through Florida, the warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico allowed it to rapidly intensify to the 6th strongest Atlantic hurricane in recorded history. It then headed to Louisiana, hitting New Orleans harder than any other area. After some time, the immense winds reached Mississippi and continued northeast. On August the 29th, Hurricane Katrina made landfall near Baton Triumph, Louisiana, with 125 miles per hour winds. This was a Category 3 hurricane. Now over to Alexi live in the Superdome.
16,000 people eventually settled into the Superdome, with 500 Louisiana National Guards protecting everyone. All refugees were given 2 9-ounce water bottles and 2 box meals per day. It cost £108 billion to repair some of the damage. 100 buses were transferring people to and from the Superdome per day. 400 to 500 people were being airlifted to hospital in critical conditions. Thank you for watching, and please listen in to the daily Hurricane Katrina updates.
Extreme breaking news! Hurricane Katrina has really hit New Orleans and absolutely obliterated the southern states, and the number of dead and survivors is unknown.
80% of New Orleans is completely underwater, and survivors are left helpless at the mercy of the storm.
Reports say a search and rescue team are going to look out for survivors. It will be impossible to find all survivors.
This is the most catastrophic natural disaster in the history of the United States.
We are now going live to Steve at the scene.
Here I am in the tent, the wind is hurting my eyes. Oh look, there's a survivor. Oh, hello man, I need some water man. You need some water? Hey, where have you been staying? I was in my car, but then this morning it flipped over and I had to crawl out the window. Jeez, we've got some Red Cross supplies here, mate. It's in the car. So, I just want to ask you a few questions. So, what's the levees looking like? I don't know. I've been staying in the middle of the city, like near the Superdome. They wouldn't let me in. They said there's too many there, but I had to stay in my car and it got overrun. Jesus, mate. How high is the water? Is it pretty high? It's probably about up to your waist. You're lucky that you got this tent, or else you wouldn't be standing. Oh, thank you, mate. So the water's there, and yeah, I'll see you later. I'd like to thank you for the supplies. It's okay.
That's the end of the report. More information will be released at 6 o'clock.
Breaking news. Hurricane Katrina has recently hit the city of New Orleans. It has been reported that 80% of the city is currently underwater, and this number is still increasing. Many houses and buildings have been obliterated, and the number of survivors are yet to be known. This is the most catastrophic event in American history. Both citizens and help services have gone out of their way to save the victims of this disaster. Now over to Megan, who is on the scene giving us the latest updates on the situation.
As you can see, I can barely stand due to the gusts of wind reaching up to 140 miles per hour. Many people are roaming the streets in search of family, friends and their belongings. Here with me now is a survivor willing to tell their side of the story.
It was a normal Monday morning for me and my family. Then out of nowhere, the wind started to pick up and the rain became much heavier. This was when we realised something was wrong. Me and my husband decided to shut all the windows and doors and make our way to the attic with our 2 children. Whilst doing this, the water level started to rise. Luckily, we had spare food and water sources in the attic.
Thank you so much for your time. I really hope your situation gets better and you and your family stay safe.
It was a pleasure to tell my story to you.
Now back to the studio where they have the latest information on how it all happened.
This hurricane travelled through the Gulf of Mexico, hitting Louisiana and Mississippi, with New Orleans as its most recent victim. New Orleans was unprepared for this tragedy, as the authorities didn't warn the city until it was too late. With businesses destroyed and many people dead, it's obvious that this will have economic impacts. We will try to keep everyone updated on the latest information. Big thanks to Megan and the New Orleans survivor for explaining the situation. That's it from us. See you again tomorrow.